Are you ready to transform your normal e-commerce business into one that experiences exponential growth year after year using online advertising? If so, this show is for you. Me and my guests will show you how you too can grow your e-commerce business to 7 or even 8 figures so you can go on more luxurious vacations, spoil yourself and your family, say yes to more opportunities, and become financially free so you never have to worry about money again. Welcome to the E-commerce Performance Marketing Show. Hey, how's it going, guys? Josh Marsden here, host of the E-com Performance Marketing Show. So I have an incredible episode for you today. I'm going to give you a sneak preview into my second book, Facebook Advertising Trends and Strategies for E-commerce 2020 edition. Now, this book is being released on Amazon on April 1st. And I'm going to give you several strategies directly from the book. This way you can see what's in the book, a small teaser of what's to come. Now, this book is packed with incredible value. I've packed my own strategies into the book. I've also had other contributors also pack strategies into the book as well. And all these strategies are tested, proven strategies by some of the world's best Facebook and Instagram advertisers. So let's jump in. Okay, so here is a sneak preview of the book. This is what you're getting when you get a copy of Facebook Advertising Trends and Strategies for E-commerce 2020 edition. This book is backed by two of the foremost experts in digital marketing today, in Roland Frazier and also Ed O'Keefe. On top of that, as you can see here on the left, I've got a number of contributors that have contributed some of their best stuff in this book. Now let's dive in. I'm going to give you a teaser of a few of the strategies in the book. Okay, so what you're looking at here is an early preview of the book. This isn't actually the finalized digital PDF of the book. This is a rough draft basically of the book before some final changes have been applied. But I'm just going to give you a sneak preview here by scrolling down and going through the contents. So as you can see, there are several chapters throughout this book, and each chapter is based off of a contributor and their specific recommendations and strategies and their vision of the future when it comes to Facebook advertising and also Instagram advertising. I'm in this book. You've got Jason Hornung, you've got Jeremy Howie, you've got Rory Stern, and I could keep going on, but we've got all these different names of all these contributors that have a wealth of experience that they're giving to you in this specific book, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dive into a few strategies that I've picked out that I wanna share with you from the book that are really, really valuable strategies from some of these contributors. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read this as if I'm reading it to you. So let's go over here on the right here. So underneath effective strategies, this is from Jason Hornung. Few people actually target the fans on their fan page. It seems like a no-brainer to do this. What I've been doing is running campaigns to increase my fans. I have a $29.95 low-ticket e-commerce product that I run ads to with my page fans as the target audience, and I'm getting nearly a 3-to-1 return when I count the ad spend total. I don't see anybody else using this model. There's another strategy I call rapid scale, and what we're doing is testing an offer to a broad market. We start with a campaign using CBO, which is campaign budget optimization, with $100 a day as the budget and leave it at the lowest cost bid setting. In the ad set, we put no targeting, so there's no specific interest. There's no lookalike or custom audience. All we're doing is setting the demographics for our audience, such as women 30 to 55 in the US. We exclude anybody who's already bought, and we optimize for the purchase action. We use the purchase conversion objective, and we put a 1-day click window on there for the optimization window. We put one ad in the ad set, and it's an image of the product. Then we have the copy in there, and we're going to drive the traffic straight to the product page. The next day, we look at the numbers. If we have sales and they're within our key performance indicators, we're going to leave it on. Now I'm going to stop there for a sec. Key performance indicators meaning what's the range that you can afford to pay for a customer while still being able to break even, get your costs back, or be profitable. That's typically like what people are looking for as their key performance indicators. Some people could be a little bit more aggressive and can afford customers at break even, but then other companies that are bootstrapped that don't have a large ad spend budget or a lot of revenue, they can't really afford that, so they need to have a specific amount of profit, and so therefore you need to calculate what is the cost per customer that you can afford when you consider getting a 2 or 3 or 4 to 1 return on your ad spend. And there's a way to calculate that. I can actually share that with you. All you have to do is just click on the link below, and I'll give you a copy of my e-commerce success toolkit, 100% free, and you can use the ROAS calculator to be able to calculate that. This way, when you're running ads, you know exactly what your cost per customer needs to be within KPIs, just like what Jason is saying here. Okay, if not, we shut it off. If it has sales but it's outside of KPI, we may or may not leave it on depending on how far out of KPI it is. If it's more than twice our KPI, we turn it off. If it's only about 50% more than our KPI, we leave it on because the algorithm can continue to optimize and it can get better over time. If it's at least half of our KPIs, we're going to rapid scale that ad set. Now here's the sweet spot. We increase the daily budget from $100 to $1,000 immediately. And we put a rule on that campaign that if it has spent more than 2 to 4 times our KPIs, we turn it off. But in most cases, that isn't necessary. So we've instantly gone from $100 to $1,000 a day, and we have the biggest, broadest audience we could possibly have. We can continue to incrementally scale that budget, and we're able to take them up to $4,000 per day within a week while maintaining KPIs. Of course, that all only works if the offer is good and if it has a bigger, broader market fit. Okay, so this strategy can work really, really well for you if you've got the budget, obviously, to be able to scale that fast. If you have a mass market product that can appeal to a mass market and the offer's converting, hitting KPIs, and it's following this strategy, this process. So this is an awesome strategy, awesome process. I highly recommend that you try it out if that fits into your business, okay? Now let's go ahead, let's go into strategy number 2. Okay, for this next strategy, I'm gonna share with you Phil Graham's AED formula for creating effective ads that work, that perform. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this part of the chapter on Phil Graham. I have a formula I call the AED Formula: educate, entertain, and differentiate. If we can do all 3 in a video, that gives us a good chance of getting whatever result we want. Education can be teaching somebody something, but it doesn't have to be. It could be inspiring them. Similarly, entertaining doesn't necessarily mean you have to act crazy in the video. It could just mean having passion for what you're talking about. Differentiating is all about showing how you're different from everything else out there. If you can get those points in a video in an interesting, entertaining way, you have a good chance at succeeding. I never recommend starting video ads with an introduction. If you don't get to the meat of the ad in 10 seconds, your audience has wandered off again. I recommend starting an ad with something interesting. It could be a question, it could be a bold statement. It just needs to get their attention. In most videos that we use, there's a call to action at the end. If I can fit that into 30 to 60 seconds, I consider it a success. I think most people know the educate part. As it depends on your product or service, educating could mean many different things. You may or may not be educating people on your exact product. It could be more of an industry education or a complementary use of the product. There are a lot of different ways you can educate, but a lot of people seem to get stuck on entertaining. They think they have to be somebody very comfortable on video, but that's not the case. Entertaining could be introducing a prop, such as grabbing your phone while you're on camera. It could even be the location that's entertaining. Entertaining just means getting and keeping their attention. Share your message with passion, even if it's a boring product. There are plenty of boring products out there, but if you're passionate about getting it into the hands of people who could benefit from it, that will show through, and most of the time that's enough. If that's not enough, there are little things you can do that can help you get more attention in that video. How can you be different? You don't want to be the same as everybody else or you'll get noticed. The rest of your ad could be great, but you've got to start off with a hook to really grab them at the beginning. If you can do that, then you have a good chance of getting them to do what you want. A hook is a reason why they need to stop and keep watching. For example, I love football and I love the Seahawks. A hook for me would be if you talked about the Seahawks in an ad. That piques my interest. So going back to this real quick, I'm gonna pause it for a sec. So we're talking about Phil here. This is in Phil's own words. So think about your own audience. Think about what's something that they care about. What's something that's going to make them stop and pay attention. Let's just say that you're selling something that is complementary to Seahawks fans, okay? Maybe you've designed, like I've got a friend, for example, that designs a sports apparel, and he has logos and graphics that he's put together that market the Seahawks without violating the Seahawks brand. And so he has like apparel that's basically helping Seahawks fans promote themselves as Seahawks fans without having to wear Seahawks material. You know, he's created some very unique designs that are complementary. And so this would be perfect for his business, for example. So you need to think about, with your business, with your products and what you sell and who you're targeting, what are some ways you can get their attention? What do they care about? What are some hooks you can offer at the beginning of a video to get them to stop and pay attention, okay? So think about that as you hear this. Okay, a hook for me would be if you talked about the Seahawks in an ad. That piques my interest. If you just talk about football, that probably won't hook me. Talking about something specific that I'm interested in will work much better. If you had a weight loss product, mentioning what it does for you at the beginning of the video is a hook. If you just start talking about features, you don't give anybody a reason to keep watching. A hook is a benefit-driven reason that drives curiosity. The hook could even be something that gets them asking what you're talking about. They'll want to keep listening, okay? So this is a really, really valuable methodology and process that Phil is teaching in this part of the book that I highly recommend that you emulate with your video ads. So that's number 2. Let's go into number 3. Okay, here is strategy number 3 from Cody Neer. Now Cody, he actually owns over 400 e-commerce brands. So he's one of the best. And he shares a really phenomenal lead generation strategy in his specific chapter. So let's go over it together. Okay, so I'm going to start with in the future as I read this to you. In the future, instead of going for a direct sale, I believe we'll be doing more of a lead generation, such as a giveaway where we have the audience answer questions to win a product. Then we get an email for 25 cents versus trying to get an order for $25. Once we get an email for 25 cents and we know the person's interested in those products, then we can rely heavily on email marketing in the 30-day lead up to someone making a purchase and going through the funnel. Now, Facebook has built-in lead gen features, and it even has an option for a native lead gen, which is basically a lead generation form on Facebook that people can fill out that's pre-filled with their Facebook contact details, Facebook lead ads. Use Zapier. It can zap your context directly into a Google Sheet, and that Google Sheet can zap it directly into your OmniSend email provider. Now, OmniSend is just one email provider. This actually works with all email providers because Zapier is a tool that is universal to all email marketing systems. So it doesn't matter if you're using MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or Klaviyo, doesn't matter, this works. So substitute your email marketing software for OmniSend. That's what Cody uses. As soon as it goes into your email provider, it will go into a list and it will go into your emails. You can automate the lead generation coming from Facebook into your email provider, and then they go into your email flow. We have a website called Bless This Farmhouse. We sell everything from barn doors to kitchen sinks. But one product that we're using right now is a bath throw, I think it is, that also has a tabletop with rustic looking legs. The product is about $1,000. We have a giveaway where we're giving away one of those every single month. We have a great video of the product and how it works and some great still images of the product. We'll tell people to enter to win. It's pretty simple yet effective for a product where the value is perceived as high. People seem willing to give up their email for the chance to win that. Now we do this every single month on every brand because we have almost 400 brands. We're pulling in a ton of leads. Obviously not everyone wins and they know that. We have thousands of people who didn't, so it gives us the opportunity to tell them they didn't come in last place. We can tell them that they can get the product at a discount because they entered the giveaway. It's another way we spike business for ourselves. So let's summarize this strategy. This is a really powerful strategy, and I've actually used something very, very similar, almost identical, for our clients at CVO Acceleration. So this is basically saying, okay, create a video ad, run it to your target audience, and advertise one of your highly desired products. Ideally something that's high perceived value, one of your more expensive products, or even a bundle. That's another way you can do this too, because you may not have like $1,000 product. So bundle a bunch of products together. This way it's high perceived value, because you want to excite people. You want to get people to see that and be like, you know what, I want a chance to win that bundle or win that product. And then run the video ad, run it as a lead gen lead ad on Facebook. And then when they click on the ad, a lead form will come up right there on Facebook, pre-filled with all their contact details from their Facebook profile. And they literally only have to confirm and click one more button to submit, and then boom, you have the lead. And then Zapier, which is a software tool that integrates many different softwares, will zap that lead and all the contact details directly into your email marketing software. And it doesn't matter what email marketing software that you're using. If you want to be basic with this, you can even zap it into a Google Sheet. That's fine too, but you should definitely have an email marketing software, because once it goes into your email marketing software, you can now have an email campaign running to be able to follow up with people automatically, okay? So you're doing that, let's just say the contest runs for 7 days. You do it for 7 days, you run it hard, you get a ton of leads during those 7 days, and the lead cost is gonna be, very affordable if you're doing this correctly, okay? And after you have all those leads, obviously you reward one person with the bundle or the prize, whatever that is. But then afterwards, you then email all the people that didn't win and let them know, hey, unfortunately you didn't win, but because you participated, I'd like to give you a discount on this bundle or this offer, whatever that offer was from the contest. And drive them back into your e-commerce store, your Shopify store, give them that promo code to take advantage of that offer, but tell them that promo code is only good for a specific amount of time. I would ideally say 72 hours at the most, maybe even test lower, like 48 or 24 hours, and just drive them to your store, have them purchase your product or your bundle that was advertised in the contest, have them use that promo code. And that's an easy way to build your email list at a cost-effective rate, get emails at a cost-effective rate, and get customers at a cost-effective rate. Because when you're focused as a business on acquiring leads, first and foremost, as opposed to just acquiring customers, you'll be able to really reduce the cost per customer when you get those leads to convert to customers. So lead generation strategies are huge. We use them throughout many of our clients. I coach clients on this as well, on lead generation strategies. And this is a very powerful strategy that you can use. It's not too hard for you to implement either. And just like what Cody says, you can do this on a monthly basis to really spike sales and to get leads coming into your database and to grow your email list as fast as possible. So take this strategy, even if you don't buy the book, take this strategy and use it, because it's powerful. It can definitely work. So that's it for this episode of the Ecom Performance Marketing Show. I hope you enjoyed this episode as a sneak preview of my upcoming book, Facebook Advertising Trends and Strategies for E-commerce 2020 edition. So if you want to be able to do Facebook or Instagram ads effectively, and you want to be able to scale your business using Facebook and Instagram ads, which are both very powerful for being able to grow your business fast, then definitely make sure you get a copy of my upcoming book when it is released on April 1st on Amazon for only $14.99. Now there might be a special too on day one, so head on over there on April 1st. This way you can take advantage of any specials that are available on the book right when it's released. Typically what I do is I release it for a discount. This way you can get it for a cheap price, especially on Kindle, on digital. You might be able to get it for about $2 on Kindle by heading over on April 1st to buy a copy of the book. Also on top of that, you can also go to CVO Excel, that's CVOAccel.com on April 1st or after April 1st. And you could pick up a copy directly from my company, and we'll ship it out to you directly, and we'll actually do it 100% for free. All you have to do is just pay $5 for shipping. Okay, so if you want a copy, you've got a few different options there. I definitely recommend getting a copy for your e-commerce business, and definitely utilize the strategies that I just went over from the book in this episode, because these strategies are very, very powerful for your business, and they all can really bring immediate results into your business if you take action, which this episode and the show is all about taking action, as I keep repeating over and over in every single episode. So take action, implement these strategies, pick up a copy of my book, and if this episode was valuable for you, please share it with your audience. This way other people can also benefit from this episode. I hope you're doing well amidst the craziness happening in the world as of this recording. And I bless you. I hope that everything is okay with you and your family, and you're taking care of yourself, and you're using this time, this opportunity, to turn it into a positive, to really take advantage of the opportunity you have today in e-commerce, because there definitely is a significant amount of opportunity to build a business online. And I want you to do that for yourself. This way you don't have to worry about moments like this ever stressing you out in the future. So take action from this episode, pick up a copy of my book, implement these strategies, and be on the lookout for some future announcements that are designed to help you have more freedom and more revenue and more success in your life and also in your business. Thank you for tuning into the e-commerce performance marketing show. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment with a timestamp of your favorite part and share it with a friend. Until our next episode, here's to you and the success of your e-commerce business.